Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we are going to do a quick Cricut tutorial. I'm going to make some labels for these travel size shampoo, conditioner, face wash, and body wash that I have. And my husband and I are going on vacation at the end of the month to New Orleans, so I want to make labels for these. First thing you want to do is measure from the top of where the lid screws on to the bottom. And so I've got 3 inches, if you can see. Actually, let me turn it the other way so you can see better. So I've got 3 inches to work with here. The top is up here, and then 3 inches is at the bottom here. So that's about what we're working with. But I probably want to make the label about 2.5 inches because the curved part here is hard to lay the vinyl flat. So first thing we're going to do is open up the text box, which is right here. Now, I'm going to go ahead and type in shampoo as my first one. And you can see that it's already bigger than what we need. So what we can do, I'm gonna click on where it says size over here, click on the lock button and it will unlock it. I'm gonna go to the width, which is gonna be 2.5, and then the height, I'm gonna make 1/2 inch. And so I'm gonna move this up here to where the 1 is, so that it's higher up on my mat and when it's printing. So I am not a Cricut Access member, so that means I do not get the free fonts, or get the fonts for free. But if you click on here, where it says font, click on the little arrow. Right now, you see it's under Cricut. So those are the ones that if you have Cricut Access, they would be free to you. You'd get all of them for free. But I do not have that, and I don't want to pay $4.99. It's not individually each time, but I believe you just pay the $4.99 and then you have it. But there's no need for me to do that. So what I do is click on Systems. And this gives you the free ones that they offer for non-Cricut members. I like to use the Bradley Hand ITC. So I click on that, and then it brings up the that style of font. So I'm not sure why it changed the font, but I'm gonna go back and do it again. Or not the font, but it changed the size. So I want 2.5 and 0.5. All right, I'm gonna move this down just a little bit. There we go. Okay, so now I want to open up another text box and type in conditioner. And it's already in the font that I chose, so I don't need to fix that. But what I do need to change again is unlock the size and do 2.5 by 0.5, which is 1/2. Click on it and it will change the size. I'm going to pull this up to the 3 so that I have a little bit of space in between when I go to weed. So I'm going to repeat this process for face and body. I'm just going to put unlock it here and do 2.5 and 0.5. Click on it and it will change the size again. I'm going to put this at the 2 right underneath shampoo so that, again, there's enough space in between to weed my items. So now next I'm going to do the last one, which is body. Again, I'm going to go up here, click on the unlock button, 2.5, 0.5, and click on it, and there you go. Oops. So I'm just going to bring this up here to the 3, just like the conditioner. Put it just like that. So the next thing you want to do is, I want these to all print just the way I have it. So I click on my mouse and highlight the whole thing. And then you'll see over here, it's going to be highlighted. So I'm going to go down to where it says combine, click on the little arrow and click on weld. And that's going to weld everything together. So next step, I'm going to click make. And I'm going to do it on a mat for any material. Later you can choose what material it is. Then you also need to click 12 by 12, which is the mat that I'm using. And you'll see here it looks just like it did on my on the last page. So we're going to go down to the bottom here and click continue. And I'm going to wait for my Cricut to connect to my computer. So there we go. So right now it's set to vinyl, which is what I want. I'm just using basic vinyl. So the next thing you want to do is load your mat into the Cricut and make sure that your vinyl is good and stuck to your mat. And then you're going to come over here and hit the button with the arrow. And once that stops flashing, the C will start flashing, and then you'll click that to get it to cut. Alright, so here is the finished product. It's hard to see on camera the writing right now, but I'm going to cut in between the words so that I have each individual word so that I can make it easier to weed that way. And a side note, I printed this a second time because I realized I forgot that the writing that I chose is kind of thin, and it's very hard for the Cricut to do it without messing up. So I used a different font. I'll let you know what that is in a minute. I think it's called Forte, actually, is what I used. So we're going to do the one that says face here. Let's see if you can, I don't know if you can see that it says face right now, but once I weed it, you'll be able to see. And I have this pen here that helps me with weeding. It has a light on the end of it, but this helps me with weeding so I can see what I'm doing. See how it shines a light on? So I can pick apart the places that I know I need to weed, like in between this A here. You see how that weeded out real easy? And then also in the E, there's a little area that needs to be weeded out. And then the rest of it, I'm just going to start, here is the F right where my pen, weeding pen is, and I'm just going to start by weeding that. And then you can see it should come off pretty easy after that. You can just kind of peel where you need to, and it should just weed pretty easy. Another thing you can do, which I didn't, is connect the letters together, which is usually a little bit easier to weed, but for me, I'm not worried about it because it's not a complicated project. Alright, so I'm just gonna get this rest of this off here. So you see this was pretty easy to weed. Alright, so there's that. So now you can see that it says face. So this one is my face wash here. Let me see if I can move the camera a little bit to get you better in the camera. Okay, so now here's the face. I'm gonna need some transfer tape. Alright, so here's my transfer tape. I cut a piece big enough to fit the biggest word I have, which is conditioner, so that I can use it on more than one piece of vinyl. So what you want to do, let me get this down so you can see here, is peel off your transfer tape and place it right on to your vinyl. And you want to rub it really good to make sure that it sticks to the transfer tape. So now I'm going to flip this over and start to peel the transfer, not the transfer, but peel the backing off of the vinyl. And it should come off pretty simple. And there you go. See how easy that was? So now I'm going to place this. See, that fits perfect. I'm going to place it right on where I want it. And actually, I don't know if it doesn't matter whether you put it on the front or the back, because this is the side that opens right here. So I want it on that side. Doesn't really matter, but I'm just weird like that, and that's how I prefer to have it. So again, make sure that side is up. And then I'm just going to place this right on there in the middle, and then press it down to get to stick to the surface. And then we're going to go ahead and just peel the transfer tape back. And there you go. Let me see if I can put my hand so you can see a little better. It's clear. The bottle's clear, so it's hard to see. There you go. So there's that one. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the other ones, and then I'll show you them at the end. Okay, guys, here's the finished product. I'm not sure why it's so blurry on camera. But there's body wash. Shampoo. Face wash. And conditioner. So there you have it. A simple tutorial on how to print labels. Also, something I forgot to mention is I used permanent vinyl because I'm going to reuse these for the same thing. But if you want to switch them out with different items in your containers, you can use the just regular vinyl, not permanent. So again, I made these for my husband and I are going on a trip to New Orleans at the end of the month for a late anniversary present to ourselves. So let me know if you'd like to see some video footage of our trip. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.